Well, hello everybody. How are you doing? My name is Ron. Actually, my name is Romero, but you can call me Rome, like the Italian city. I think this will make things easier for you. And well, welcome to the video. Right, today what I'm going to do, I'm going to analyze a little bit of an introduction, right, of one of the comments that people post here on my channel. Right, of course, the idea is to try to help you a little bit with the TOEFL IBT, especially with the integrated question, which is the one I have some questions with here in my channel. And I hope you like it. So let's go. First things, I gotta give the credits to the person that commented on the video, right? This is straight from the comments. Somebody watched one of the questions that I posted there. I actually posed these questions to my students, right? So, but some of you comment, which is interesting, obviously. Unfortunately, I don't have time to correct everything, but I'm thinking about maybe correcting, some parts like I'm doing today. So keep commenting, and then I'll drop some videos sometimes to help you, of course, with the TOEFL IBT. Anyhow, the person that commented this one was Swaraj Makwa. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, so I'm sorry about it, but I got the introduction from this comment, right? It's in the question number 2. And I'm going to comment a little bit about that, just like I do with my students in my lessons. So let's go, let's get to it. So here I have the original version, the one that the person actually commented, and here's the corrected version, where I make some comments, some corrections, and I give some tips, some suggestions as well on how to improve, right, on what you already have. So the person starts with, the article and lecture both deals with the declined number of frog population and possible solutions to the problem. Right away, in the first sentence, we can see 2 problems, right? And these are English problems. They are not, let's say, sentence problems, right? So here, you're mentioning 2 subjects, the article and the lecture. So your simple present conjugation has to be without the letter S, right? So if you say only the article deals, let me put that in red. If you say the article deals with the problem, it's all right. But since you mentioned the article and the lecture, you're going to have to use deal and not deals with the S in the end. And they deal with what? They deal with the declining number of frog population, not the declined number. Declined is when somebody sends you an invitation, then you can accept or decline, right? This invitation was declined or something like this, but not the number here is going down, right? So that's the declining number, not the declined number. But okay, besides that, it's all right. The reducing number of the frog population and possible solutions to the problem. This is true, right? It's a clear topic sentence. We know what we're about to read. After that, the person goes. The passage states that the frogs help the humans by eating the insects that can carry diseases and infect humans. It's okay. So one suggestion that I put here, I made suggestions in blue. So I would suggest the person to include what kind of passage, because here you can have either the listening passage or the reading passage, So since the person mentions both in the beginning, and then when the person comes back only with the passage, I don't know if the person is talking about the reading or the listening passage. So I would suggest you make that clear. Clarity is very important, okay? So make it clear. The reading passage states, I love the verb to state, right? Of course, don't overuse it, right? It's important to have some repertoire during the TOEFL, but I really like that. It's more sophisticated than says, for example. So it states that frogs help. You don't need this article here. Humans in general, no need to define it to make it definite. So the frogs help humans by eating the insects that can carry diseases and infect humans, of course. So good language, you have here preposition by, followed by the verb with the ing, which is the present participle form. So good job. This is correct. It's precise information. It's relevant. So this is a good sentence as well. remember, I would just, again, ask you to make everything as clear as possible. Besides that, I have here an underlined sentence. So the person says exactly. Also, it mentions 3 possible solutions to confront the problems regarding this serious issue. It's all right. Why did I underline that here? Every time I underline something is because I have to make a more specific comment. This is exactly what we're looking for, so if you can control this kind of language, it'll be all right. So also, it's a very good conjunction to add information, right? Comma. It mentions, I know that you're still talking about the reading passage. 3 possible solutions, that's true. The reading passage mentioned 3 possible solutions to confront the problems regarding this issue. So you see here an interesting repertoire. You say confront the problems regarding, very good word as well, this serious issue, right? If the person doesn't have enough repertoire, the person may say the problems regarding this serious problem. No, eventually it's the same idea, but obviously here, right, you have the word issue, which is basically a synonym for the word problem. So great job. And I know that there are 3 solutions for this specific situation that's going on. What is the situation? The situation related to the decline in the frog population. Okay, so great job, right? I love that. So keep it up. Right? This is a good example on what to do during the TOEFL. Again, another good conjunction. However, let's continue reading the sentence. So, however, the original sentence is this one. However, the author does not agree with these solutions and provides argument opposing the passage. It's all right. Here, however, is a very good conjunction as well, right? Of course, in this case, to indicate a contrary idea. So, why did I suggest here in blue the lecture? Because if you say the author, in the original text, remember you're still talking about the reading passage. So whenever you say, however, the author does not agree, right? Is it the author of the reading passage? So this is what I meant with clarity is very important. If you do not pay attention to this, if you don't know what the question is about, you still think that this is the author of the reading passage. So that's not something you want to transmit. You don't want to transmit this obscure idea, this unclear idea. Make it clear. So I suggest use the lecture, because then I know now you're talking about the lecture. You mentioned in the beginning, but since you didn't mention that again, there is no way I'm going to know that without actually reading the question or actually watching the video of the question. So the lecture, right, does not agree with. Good. Agree is always a safe, like a safe bet, right? To say agree, disagree. It's a good combination with the preposition with. I think everybody kind of know that, right? So good thing. So does agree with the solutions you previously mentioned, right? And provides, the person only say argument, which is okay, right? But I would make it clear as well, because you mentioned 3 possible solutions, right? I would say 3 counter arguments, because then you know exactly what you're going to read, of course, in your answer. If the person, the examiner, right, the person that is correcting, the machine that's correcting the text here, right, this essay here is going to say, okay, there are 3 possible solutions and 3 counter arguments, right, opposing, good word as well, what was previously mentioned. Again, I would suggest you, of course, the person said only opposing the passage. I would suggest you to make it clear once again, by the aforementioned passage. That's a more sophisticated word. You can use the previously mentioned passage as well. It's not gonna be any problem. But of course, to make it clear that you are comparing now what the lecture said with the passage, the reading passage you previously mentioned. Okay, so aforementioned, more sophisticated word, but this is important for the TOEFL as well, especially if you're looking for a high score. Remember that you're gonna have to be a little bit more sophisticated whenever you have the chance. Okay, So anyway, final comments here. Good intro, right? It's a good introduction, a solid introduction. You have lots of good points. Pay attention to these English mistakes. I know there are not a lot, right, in yellow and red here, right? But of course, if you commit mistakes throughout the whole text, your grade is gonna be harmed. And the most important thing here would be focus on clarity, so remember not to mention only passage, author, especially in the introduction, because then you are presenting basically what you're going to write about. So if you keep just saying the passage, the author, the person, the professor, right, you're going to have to be a little bit more clear than that in order to, of course, to have a good and clear intro for your integrated writing. Okay? Well, guys, that's it. I hope you liked the video. If you guys have any questions, of course, keep sending the comments here, so I'm sure I'll be able to answer them sometimes. And if you like this format of video, let me know. Keep commenting in the other videos, because then maybe I can bring more, I would say, videos like that to you. And of course, maybe you're gonna have your own text corrected here. Okay? Bye-bye. See you around.